Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is A Goddess Divine Reflections, and here we blend intuitive messages, tarot, and personal reflection. These are general readings, so take what resonates and simply leave what doesn't. Now, before I touch these cards, I got messages and downloads and some things I needed to say to you. And it's been more than just this morning, of course, but like always, as I'm coming in, I start to get other downloads and messages. I have to cut them off so I can come in. And if any more come up, of course, I'll speak of them. But before I touched them, one message kept returning: feeling, feeling, feeling. And I'm like, okay, you feel a kind of way? What? Tell me what you want to say. At first, I thought it was only about emotions. The longer I sat with it, the more I realized it may touch several areas of life. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. But the strongest recurring word, feeling, it doesn't seem to just be about these emotions. It may also involve physical sensation, emotional openness, intimacy, or connection. Okay? It I'll dive a little deeper into that in a minute because it's like Spirit keeps saying, don't you say that. And then it'd be like, you gotta say it. Okay. But it may be specific to certain individuals. Okay. Um, Affection and warmth may be significant, or comfort, connection, receiving affection, giving affection, allowing yourself to feel again instead of simply functioning. Emotional access. This reading feels lost about love itself. I mean, less about love itself, I'm sorry, and more about access to you. Access to your heart. Who has access to your heart? Who have you allowed into your emotional world? Okay. Who deserves that access? Awakening is your oracle message. I think no, it wasn't awakening. It was flow, but their picture looked a lot like this. But 26 and or 8 may be significant. And when awakening comes up, it's the experiences of a spiritual awakening that can be as varied as life itself. For some, it is a series of seemingly random emotions. For others, it's a growing sensitivity to everyday events. And for many, it's simply having a desire to follow that which resonates with them in a higher vibration. There is no right or wrong way to go through these experiences. You are only asked to remain as conscious and aware of yourself as possible so that you may properly support yourself in the best way possible. Look at it as stepping outside of yourself to observe yourself and your life as a movie that you get to co create. Remember to ask yourself, how does this person, place, thing, or situation feel to me? Then allow yourself to proceed accordingly. Trusting yourself is of the utmost importance during this time because the more that you feel you can trust yourself, the easier it is to stay in your flow for all that comes your way. Remember, I told you somebody just got flow and they said flow? I mean, I know that these cards a lot of times are connected in the deck in some way. I would just go say, who was it that had flow? Was it Libra just now or Virgo? It was whoever was today. Whenever I do the same readings in the same day, there is sometimes a connectedness. So you may have a connectedness to either a Virgo or Libra. I don't want to talk about people just yet, okay? Because I like to see what the cards say. Did I even talk about the people with Libra? I don't know. I don't think so because they have so much stuff going on with love. But when it comes to these readings, it's a general message, and I try to touch on every little thing: love, money, career, home, work, partnerships that are not of just love either. Just if it comes up about kids, parents, whatever, I'll speak on it. But we will have a love specific week and a money specific week, depending on the votes and or how much those different things come up. But the other download that came up right before this we went live was the wrong person. Another layer came through. Some of you may be giving your affection or looking for affection from someone who isn't able to return it in a healthy way. Physical feeling, a very specific impression came up during meditation. For some viewers, this may relate to changes in physical sensation or intimacy, your man parts specifically. I didn't get it too much for women parts, but there also may be that lack of pleasure or the lack of being pleased. Okay. For example, someone may be experiencing reduced sensation, decreased sexual desire, or other concerns involving physical intimacy. If this theme appears constantly through the cards, I'll let you guys know and point it out. But it may be applying to a specific viewer or a person. But it could also be a medical issue, okay? So I'm not no medical doctor. Just go check it out if you've been having some extra feelings. But ask yourself this question, or these questions, if they all apply throughout the week reading. Where have I stopped where have I stopped allowing myself to truly feel? Because this is not all specific about sexual activities. Okay, who has access to my emotional world? Am I seeking affection in healthy places? Is there an area of intimacy or emotional or physical intimacy that needs honest attention? Okay. So let's see what the cards say because they've started to come out. Five of Swords is here. The Fool card is here. The Strength card. So it does look like, dang, this was Libra. There may be some bullying or mental conflict, but more or less arguing, stress, intimidation, aggression, tension, fighting, wanting to be right. I can see how that could affect your love life, your sex life, for sure. Because why would I? And so this could also be restraint. Okay. Now the Fool, the beginning, um, the new journey, freedom, randomness, adventure, uh, instincts, leap of faith, taking a risk, daring to take a risk. So I honestly believe, depending on you, this could support this in you helping you to get out if it's a relationship, or you just leaving it, right? But if this is, there could even be a blessing of some sort that allows you to. If this not is not about relationships or people in general to you, this could be an energy around you going into something more uh, mental satisfying when it comes to career. If this on your mind, it could be any area of your life. This could be home, this could be where you live, but you are not satisfied. You feel stressed on the job, you feel stressed in the situation, you feel it's just been weighing you down. But the Fool card does show that you could get a new opportunity in the month of August. Okay, come on, card. I know because I had them right here at the last time. I just want y'all to see. I gotta get a stand. I have one. I just didn't have it set like that the last few readings. Okay, so in the past, you have the Strength and the Eight of Cups. So there is this energy around persevering, courage, strength. But you've done all this. That was major. You put in some time, obviously, right? So wherever this is, you've been here for a while. Be it career, where you live, relationship. But you've been very resilient. You've tamed the beast. It's like what this Strength card usually says. You've been compassionate. You've been brave. But this is in the past. So the Eight of Cups comes up as a recent energy: movement, transition, abandonment, leaving behind, walking away, letting go, emptiness, detachment, unhappiness. So whether you've left or not, whatever this is, you are in an unhealthy, unhappy, stressful place. So it's gonna affect everything. It's gonna affect your feelings. It's gonna affect um your energy levels, because right now I don't see any one area as far as like, if are you in your head about it, is this emotional? There's emotions and air energy on the board already. The King of Wands is on your mind. This is the energy around a leader, someone who has a lot of ego but are taking control. So this is on your mind because this could be this other party. They're bold, they make bold decisions, they are optimistic, they're a ladies man, right? But taking the lead in love or a relationship, all right? So this could be healthy or not. You take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is not the love specific readings, but if it goes to flow into that, we will talk about it, okay? So Eight of Pentacles moving forward, skillful, dedication, commitment, quality, putting effort in, high standards, accomplishments, taking your time. That's where you're moving into. So moving into taking your time with the same person, taking your time with the same job, or something new. Because I don't see new here yet. There is an opportunity for new, and taking a leap of faith. But let's look and see what the outcome is, because currently you have the opportunity to take your time, commit, stay dedicated though. So what? This is around, it does symbolize the money, the home, and the energy aspect of things because it's the pentacles. But let's see how you feel specifically about what you might do this month. Page of Swords, nosy gossip, needs to know everything. Investigative though. You've been doing your homework. You've been curious, you've been communicating, you've been talking about it. That might not be all right, but vigilant nonetheless. And um some things point to a very intellectual relationship. So there's been talks with this person, but I feel like if there is any kind of stress with this relationship or the one you're currently in, be it work or love, there could be mental bullying, there could be narcissism, there could be that type of energy, right? So they talk you out of leaving every time. So this could be them saying, okay, you saying to yourself, baby, I'm gonna stay dedicated, I'm gonna stay committed, I'm gonna do what I need to do. If I do all the right things, he'll do all the right things, and then no. But that's for certain people, not everybody, okay? Now, what do they see about this situation, whether it be the relationship or career? Other people around you feel that you know what to do, you're intuitive, you have an inner knowing, you have an inner voice. So this could be that person you're connected to, fearful that you'll listen to yourself over them. Yeah, you have somebody who might have some mental control or mind control over you. If this is not you doing this to someone else, Scorpio, I hope not. But the feeling portion about all of this is you've lost feelings for whoever it is. For my singles, this is mental entrapment within yourself that you don't feel like you deserve anyone else. Anyone else being, I don't know, I can't see you being that hung up on yourself that you don't want anyone else. I just feel like you don't feel like you are in a place to be in a commitment that can or won't challenge everything else you've accomplished. But Spirit is telling you it's time to take a leap of faith because you have come to a complacent point in your life where you don't feel anymore. You're just going and coming. Like nothing. It's like a textbook life. No excitement. That's bad. No, that's not good. So let's see what you hope, wish, or dream for, or you fear. Um, Queen of Cups energy. You do hope that this would, like, there will be some healing or unconditional giving support. You want things to be soothing. You want things to be kind. I don't think you fear that. I think that is what you want. So somebody's not getting that. So it seems like if this is in regards to a relationship, they do the work after they've done the damage. But that's to smooth you over, bring you the roses, take you out to dinner after they done fucked up, basically. Okay. Now, as far as on the work front, the same thing. Your boss only, when you threaten to leave, then you get that incentive. And the incentive is not long term. It's just something temporary. They might pay for you to go to. I, I got this one boss. I'm thinking about this one boss, and although she's not a Scorpio, she's a what is her sign? What was she? A Taurus. Might be significant. I ain't got the people yet, but we're about to move into that because she would manipulate us instead of giving raises. We got a nice pay, but when we would complain about the way she treated us because we were able to do that and be vocal, she would then pay for us to go to this like box office type of event. But that was just one time. And then after that, you got all drunk. You had to report to work the very next morning early and be vigilant. What? That's abuse if I ain't seen nothing else on the job. Like, we live in New Orleans. At 3, 4 in the morning, I didn't get to home till 4 in the morning. I think the next morning I had to be to work for 7 or 8 to open the office. What? And came in, and we thinking we're gonna see her there partying with us, so we all go in drunk. No, she ain't even go. But guess who was there bright and early? Just hi. She didn't even come in on time. She expected us to open the office. She came in about 9 and 10 with her coffee, her Starbucks, and her Danish. Bitch, we didn't get breakfast. That's narcissism. That's people think this only happens in You doing like Libra trying to get all these outcomes, so we're not gonna do that. They think that narcissism just happens in loving relationships. This can happen on a job. This can happen in a career. You know you're being taken advantage of. I even know of a woman that once started a business with her friend, and a friendship was ruined because of that dynamic. She worked under her, although it wasn't a partnership. She worked under her, so every time the girl wanted to leave, she did the same thing. She would give her a raise. When I tell you, I know this girl money was nice, and that was the that's what she had to face, and her husband and their decision. Do you leave this comfort because of how she treating you, or you just take it? You know what that girl did? And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if Scorpios move like this, but that girl built her own similar company just like hers. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't the one reporting her to the government entity that every time they came in, they were looking at some things. People be snakes. That could be a Scorpio energy, but it also I'm getting like Taurus. But they came in and they would do look through her books, but she created her own business, and it was a through the grapevine. A lot of people knew about this. She was creating a very same business like this girl's business, and was going to leave and do it, but she never did. I think she's still there. So I think she has a fear of, well, mine exists. Look all these things this girl be messing up with, and I know she's been there at least 10, 15 years. Okay, so she knows everything. She's been there since the beginning. So is she fearful of what the backlash that the girl is going to give her once she leaves, or how can she do anything, right? Does she fear the competition once she gets there? Does she feel the success she'll make? You got the tools, but to me that's a real iffy way to move. I don't want to do that. I don't know if they already had, well, like I don't know their past to know if they both were supposed to be partners and the girl just never did that. It's always a backstory. You never know. So, in closing, Libra, before we go into your love, you had a lot of cards that want to come up when it came to your outcome, but we're not going to do that. I'll tell you what I foresee, um, and tell you the main energy and what lies under it. But Page of Cups. Be open to new ideas, intuitive inspiration, awe and wonder, young love, chasing your dreams, follow your calling. Either way, whether this is in love or career, follow your calling. Now, do I think you need like that girl to create your stuff? I don't think she did it that way. Just knowing that girl, I think they were supposed to be partners, and that Taurus snaked her, and she's gonna snake her back. A chess move, not checkers, right? I tell her go for it. But there is some underlying energy that looks positive. Whether this goes, and I told you guys in the beginning, we're gonna do love, career, and money specific either next week or the following week. And then we're gonna come back, and or whichever doesn't come next week, we'll do the love, relationships, and partnerships. That applies to everywhere, your partnerships too. But this does look good. I see you got, and I'm gonna read them out if you just know cards. There's a Ten of Cups, there is a Sun, there's an Empress, and there's a Three of Pentacles. So if you know cards, that's really good and positive, whatever way this goes for you in the outcome of the month of August. Okay. But it depends on our choices, what we choose. Are you going to stay in this relationship and get you? Because that's another way. People, I know a lady. Was she? No, she wasn't a Scorpio. She was a Libra. And I'm going to tell you the people in as we go out, as I pull the love card. She stayed with this guy. He was a high school sweetheart. And I don't know if he cheated the whole time. I wonder what his sign was. I can't remember. But I don't know if he cheated the whole time or he just started to become a cheat, because I knew them their whole since high school days, right? And they had a bunch of kids. And I don't know if this was part of her plan, but Sister Girl didn't do nothing. She was just an at-home mother. And there's been these recent stories where these women do all this at-home mother stuff, and then the man leaves them with nothing and all these kids, right? And they got to go get on the government assistance. That was not this sister's story. That sister went to school. She made use of her at-home time. When I tell you them children was taken care of, they was in every kind of sports. She was a sports mom. She had all them kids decked out. She went to school. Today, all of her children drive Benz, have graduated from school. If they didn't go to college and finish, they went into the military and completed it. They have a business. They all drive Benz. She has several businesses. She invested in them. But the real trick to this story that I'm trying to tell y'all about this, What I'm thinking of the Scorpio move is the ex-husband, because he is an ex-husband, works for her. All right. And in closing, Libra, your card is no word. It's specific, but they do say beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. That's in love. So, listen, and that girl today, and we'll talk more about that in the love reading specifically to you because I think it applies. Because I don't think she's even a. Oh, I want to tell you about the people in closing, so we can talk about them when love comes. I do. The first sign that came up was an Aquarius. Oh, I do know a Scorpio, and he actually just popped back up last week. Matter of fact, and after a year or so, listen, Scorpio. So an Aquarius. Um, I don't know if that's. It does look negatively aspected. It could go either way, negative or positive. But we'll talk about that more in the love reading. Leo comes up, but it does look like that's in your past. Aquarius looks like it's in your present. It doesn't mean, like I said, the past doesn't come to the present or the future because the Scorpio just popped up last week in my life. The King of Wands is a Leo, or is that Sagittarius? Um, no, that's Leo for sure. So you got Leo twice in the past and the future. See what I'm saying? They may be coming circle back around in the month of August if they haven't already. 3 times. Leo, 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 Scorpio. So I don't know if you're dealing with Leo, but I would definitely say yes, you are. Or have been, or might be on your mind. I don't know if they. I would say this is for a great number of my Scorpios because I'm not gonna tell you if it's negative or positive until we get to the love reading because they came up in every area of your life, past, present, and future, and they are negatively and positively aspected. So I don't know if this is the one that's doing that narcissism shit, or you have multiple around you, but we can definitely define that in the love reading. And then you just have um you came up in your own reading. So I don't know if you're dealing with another Scorpio Scorpio, but there could be another Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in your energy as well, but that looks like future. Hopefully it's yourself. All right, so that is your love portion to your reading for the month of August. I hope that this resonates with you, or some portion does, just to give you some kind of insight. But in closing, Scorpio, the message today isn't simply about love, okay? It's about connection with yourself, connection with your emotions, connection with the people you all allowed close to you, okay? But protect yourself, protect your heart, honor your feelings, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and I'll see you in the next reading. All right. I will be doing the career, money, and wealth because I see this being that story about how that girl with the job and the business, that energy looks heavy around you. So be very, very cautious of if you have entrepreneurship, but even on a regular job. See, this is just regular job shit that I was talking about. Not, but it started as a business and now she works for her. And on both sides, that couple and the friend. So be careful. I don't know if business and friendship and family stuff should mix, but we'll talk about that in career reading. All right, love and light. See you guys next video.